After 3 years of fighting in the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker falls prey to the Sith Lord's lies and makes an enemy of the Jedi and those he loves, concluding his journey to the dark side. Hello everyone, welcome to another review, and it's on the movie Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, which came out in 2005. And the people that play in this, the actors, are Ahmed Best, Anthony Daniels, Bruce Spence, Christopher Corby, Christopher Lee, Claudia Karian, Ewan McGregor, Frank Oz, Genevieve O'Reilly, George Lucas. George Lucas was in this? I know he directed it. I don't think he's an actor. I think that's wrong. But it says George Lucas. Graham Blundell, Hayden Christensen, Ian McDermott, James Earl Jones, probably the voice at the very end, Jay Lagaya, Jeremy Bullock, Jerome Blake, Jimmy Smits, Joe Edgerton, Ki Chan, Kenny Baker, Lin Bei, Masa Yamauchi, Matthew Wood, Mike Sava, Natalie Portman, Oliver Ford Davis, Pablo Hidalgo, Paul Davis, Paul Nicholson, Paul Spence, Peter Mayhew, Philip Harvey, Rena Owen, Robert M. Buffard, Samuel L. Jackson, Silas Carlson, Tamura Morrison, Trisha Noble, Warren Owens, Wayne Pigram. Oh wait, but it says George Lucas in the cast, though, in the name of the actors. Really? He was in his own movie? I guess it could be possible. Maybe he was like there for like a minute, a few seconds. Wow. I do know that he was a director, of course. My thoughts on the movie. As always, awesome soundtrack, awesome graphics, awesome storyline. The acting. Well, in this one, the acting has been improved majorly since the previous two, episode 1, episode 2. However, there's still some flaws in the acting. As usual, Samuel L. Jackson nails it. The voice of Yoda nails it. Natalie Portman, just like the second one, she's good in this. And the other actors in this, it was an improvement on their part from the previous ones, from episode 1 and episode 2. I have to say more from episode 2. It is an improvement on their part. However, it's not good enough to say they're very good. The acting in this, for the most part, was good. You could see some improvements, but there was still some scenes where the acting was questionable at best. One scene in particular that I'm remembering from this movie, and it's like, yeah, no, that wasn't all that great. That was horrible. But for the most part, the acting in this is good for most of them. Like I said, the ones I signed through, I already said the names. Yeah. And so, would I say this is an amazing... So this concludes episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3 of my reviews for them. Episode 1, I gave it a 4 out of 5. Episode 2, I gave it less. I believe I gave it a 3.7 out of 5. This one I find is the best of the 3. And I should also talk about the action scenes in this one. Oh, the action scenes close to the end, phenomenal, phenomenal. And now this one, what should I give this movie? I'm gonna give it a 4.3. Yeah, a 4.3 out of 5. I probably would have given this a 4 out of 5, along as I did with the first episode. It's like there's been improvement in the acting. No, I should give it a bit more. So yeah, a 4.3 out of 5. So like I've stated before, with these Star Wars movies, I do know that there's people that don't like these Star Wars movies at all. And I do understand why. But I very much enjoy them for what they are. Sometimes you have to take movies for what they are. They might not be great, but at the same time, they might not be bad because it's still entertaining. And this is what this movie did. It entertained. Just like the first episode. This like the second episode. They entertained us. And for the entertaining part, they did a very good job with them. Anyhow, I want to thank you all for watching. And now I get to watch episode 4, episode 5, episode 6. I am not comparing these episodes to the original trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6. Why? Because you really shouldn't do that. Though you should separate them because they're really more. Episode 4, 5, and 6 is more about other types of characters, and episode 1, 2, and 3 is about these. Is about Anakin, Kenobi. Yeah. And so, when it comes to the two, you're basing it off of other characters from episode 4, 5, and 6. And it's like, that's not right. You really shouldn't do that. If you want to go by graphics, then yeah, no. These are better, of course. But in the end, that's only what it is, the graphics. But you shouldn't compare these episode 1, 2, and 3 with episode 4, 5, and 6. Anyhow, I want to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for Star Wars episode 4, A New Hope. Stay tuned for that. I am out.